Well, hello and welcome back. It's been a while, so I thought I would do an update. Here I am on the Red Admiral and I'm going to be telling you what I've been up to. It's mid-February, freezing cold, but that's not to say I've been hibernating. So yeah, let's get with it. Go. I so need to retire. I'm back at work and I'm grateful for it. So, but I'm juggling my time between working now and my boats. So like I say, been working on the Grafter Star. What is a Grafter Star? Let me introduce you to her. She's 30-foot fiberglass ex-lifeboat. I've owned it 25 years. It was a bathtub when I bought it. Stripped it right out, put an engine in it, totally refurbed it, and I was using it a lot until I discovered sailing. So here she is, the Grafter Star. I kind of got my son to look after it now. It's his boat really. I said he can be the one to take it over because I prefer to sail. So, but it did get into a bit of a state. I've been doing an awful lot to this. So let me show you what it is. So I'm in the wheelhouse of the Grafter Star. Nice and warm in here. I've got the heater on and it's lovely and warm. I do like it when it's warm. So I'm just going to show you around what I've done. All of this wheelhouse I built myself, everything from scratch. There was no wheelhouse, there was nothing when I got this boat back in 1999. So everything you see here is what I've made. The frameworks, the actual ply, the electrics, the dashboard, all of this. Underneath it, this is my bunk. I'll show you all of this in a minute. Yeah, everything you see here is what I made myself, all from reclaimed material. For example, this here, this was like a thick lump of softwood, you can see that there, but I've clad it with this veneering. I'm not sure what type of veneering it is. It's not mahogany, it's not teak, I don't know what it is, but you can't really see the grain on it, but it's a lovely piece of wood. So I managed to get all of that across the back out of it, and all of this all the way around here. I also got my dashboard out of it. I've installed all of this myself. I made it all from scratch. The wiring I've done myself. There it all is behind there. That's quite new. That's a brass plate with all my ignition switches on it. Got the radar, all the electrics. I did have a colour fish finder up here, but when I had the break in and they stole everything, they cut the wiring loom because they took the dashboard. This is the second one that I've had to do. First one got stolen. I had a colour fish finder, they cut through the transducer and I cannot get another transducer, so I don't bother with transducer now, fish finder. All I have is just a simple readout here that tells me the depth. It's going to say 0 because the tide's out at the moment, but that gives me the water temperature, air temperature and the depth. That's all I need. I don't bother with fish finders now. I don't need it. I don't need the fish finders. So these came out, these windows and the frames came out of a wheelhouse that got washed up on the sea wall about 2 miles up from here. I saw it there on the sea wall. I thought, what's that? Oh, looked and there was some bits on there, so I went and took the bits off of it. It was all scrap. These I took off a previous boat that I had. These are double glazed portholes. So yeah, this, you know, most things on here have got a story of some sort. Like this, for example, there was an old wildfowler, a friend of mine, he gave this to me, barometer. So most of the stuff I've either had to make and build myself and install it. Some bits I was given. There wasn't really much that I had to buy as such, really. The seat I had to buy, that was obviously not something you could reclaim from elsewhere, not one like that. It's a lovely. This is a demister. I installed this yesterday, so I need to finish that off today really, but that's just for the front windows. Yeah, the heater is an ongoing thing, but it is nice and warm in here. I don't know if you can hear it going or not. But yeah, so under here is my bunk. I've tried to utilise space as much as I can. Here is my bunk. Got my fishing rods and other bits and pieces on it at the moment. But that's where I sleep. Bottom of the sink. It's such a small space, it really is. You know, I can outstretch my arms and it's just a little bit wider. The actual kind of airspace that I can stand in is very, very small. I've utilised a lot of space in here, but I wanted a very small wheelhouse forward with everything that I needed in it because I wanted deck space. A lot of people were saying to me, take the wheelhouse back further, have half the boat as cabin. No, if I want to be indoors, I'll stay at home. I wanted it for deck space. But I just wanted to show you the inside of the cabin. Very comfortable, exactly what I need for fishing, and I've done a lot of fishing on this boat. I've had some good fish on these decks. This one here, that's my youngest son, holding him as a baby. This is really faded now. I don't even know if I can get another one like that, but this was when I was building the boat. It was up on the hard, it was up on the bank. This is where I'm building the wheelhouse. And that's my boy as a baby. He's now 23, I think, 24 I think he is, I don't know. I don't bother with his birthdays. But yeah, so that's the wheelhouse. It's a bit grubby, but I'll give it a clean up in a bit. I like my wheelhouse. So let's head outside and have a look at what I've been doing since summer. This, for example, came off a caravan, abandoned. I took the door handle off of it. It's what I mean as well. I was reclaiming lots of stuff. So here is my deck space. Now, underneath here, I have the diesel tank. This I built myself. That's been fiberglassed. That's my rod holders. That's all they are, is drain pipe. Bit of drain pipe, or water pipe, waste pipe, that's what that is. This is my fish box. That comes off. Like I say, I do try to utilise, so everything has two uses, but that's my fish box, and that will sit down there when I'm fishing. These I made this framework up, welded it all up. This is a chopping board. I don't know what sort of wood that is, but it's bloody hard. Comes in handy as a worktop. The decks here are scaffold boards cut down. When one starts to go rotten, I've burn it and just cut a new bit in. I would like to go with plastic or a wash deck, but I haven't. Here's my engine cover. Again, made it all myself. Right, here we have a 4-cylinder Lister diesel engine. Cracking engine, really is. It's been in there since I installed it. It's from 1962. With the help of my father-in-law, we installed it in here and lined it up and bolted it down. It's air cooled, so I've got no water intake into this boat at all. It's maybe a little underpowered for this size boat, but she is a nice engine, reliable, good and reliable. Right, so what I was doing since last summer, the decks were rotting. There was a floor joist under here that had broken, because what happened was I helped a chap. I put a 50-gallon drum on deck because he wanted a jet wash, and we went out onto the sandbanks to jet wash his boat off. So I took a dinghy, a 50-gallon drum of water that I stood here, which broke a floor joist, and his petrol jet washer. Took it out, and that's what broke floor joist. So I've replaced that. In fact, I replaced two while I was there. But I had two big pieces of wood that ran down here. They were massive. I'll show you them. They were rotten. They were rotten. Here they are. Here. As you can see, look at that. Rotten. Rotten. So they had to come off. I've got two. One side, one the other. Look at that. Look at that. Couldn't salvage them. Couldn't salvage them. So I removed them. I didn't know what to replace them with. In the end, I didn't. All I did is I cut this yellow air hose, compressor hose, and just put that over the edge. I've just whipped them on there just to hold them on, because otherwise you put your foot on and it rolls off. But because I'd removed them, those big pieces of wood, they were integral with the ribs, so I've had to make new ribs and re-glass them. That's what these are here. So this is all new. This is all gel coated. I didn't bother with normal paint, I just went with gel coat. Because I don't want to be sanding it down and doing it again. The outside is still going to need doing. It's only the inside that I've done. Here there was some rot on this. That is one solid piece of wood front to back, and that was rotten as well. So I cut out the dead wood. I find out all the dead wood and scarfed in new bits of hardwood, and then I've glassed it. All of this has been re-glassed. That's all hardwood, all been re-glassed. So yeah, still got the tiller handle. Let's go back on, but that's my boy. He's doing that. That's his project at the moment. So yeah, this took a lot. Up on the front, oh, I had to redo this because this was all leaking. So I've re-glassed all this on the bow, all hardwood on here, re-bolted these down, so now it's all bone dry and strong again. The bow rail I've got up there, I've got two. I've got the old one, which was a normal steel one, but it was rusty. It's up there, and we did buy a boat jumbo, a stainless one, but like I say, that's down to my boy now. That's down to him to sort these things out. I installed an extra solar panel. That one has always been on here, it's been on here a long time, but that one now is new. I've only just installed that one because I'm running a second battery for the diesel heater. So this, if you'd have seen this, if I can find some pictures of how it was, I'll put them up. It was bad. It was bad. Neglect was not the word, really. But yeah, see, this is all fiberglass. This is what I did when I rebuilt the whole lot. All of these was fiberglassed 25 years ago. These signs I made myself. They're oak. I routed out the lettering and painted them. They've had a sand down, and I've screwed them back on. I need some more oil on them, actually. They do need more oil, but look at the green. It doesn't take long for these things to go green, particularly on this side because it's in the shade all the time. So yeah, that's what I've been doing since last summer. hours and hours and hours of work. It took days and days and days to complete this. I think I was on it for about 3 months, replacing all these ribs, sanding all the because it had layers and layers of paint. There must have been 6 to 8 layers of paint. It took days to just sand it all right back to the gel coat, and then I gave it another gel coat. It was a lot of work. I'd done what I should have done first time round, really, when I first got the boat, but I just wanted to get it up and running and using it. So, but I've done it now. Still got the outside to do. Yeah, as you can see, the dog's been leaning up on it, but yeah. So, but that's down to me boy, he can sort that out. That baby that I'm holding in now, he's in his 20s now. This boat is now down to him. I've done all the hard work, I'm not doing any more. So, Rye, you better pull your finger out, son. We need to get out there and catch some fish. So, welcome to the Grafter Star. It was my pride and joy. Well, it is still my pride and joy, along with the Red Admiral. But I've discovered sailing now. You know, I wished I'd done it years ago, sailing. I do love my fishing, don't get me wrong. I do love fishing, I still love fishing. But I also love sailing now. Unfortunately, I didn't discover sailing until sort of 4 or 5 years ago, I suppose now. But oh well, I've got the Red Admiral and I'm really grateful for that boat, that Sea Witch. She is a lovely boat, great condition. I will be doing some more. I'll be putting some more. I'll have the sails up for next month, and I will be out again. But by Easter for sure, I will be out. But the next time I do go out, I will be videoing it. I've not had to do any work to it because she's already good. It was all about this boat, this fishing boat. This is what it's been for the past 6 months, was this boat. So yeah, just thought I'd give an update. I'm sorry I haven't been around, but it is what it is. I've had to go back to work, and well, you know how it is. There you have it. The sun's come out now. That was the Grafter Star, my fishing boat, but now my son's going to be using and working and doing all the other bits and pieces on. So that's giving you an update of what I've been up to since last summer. It has been quite busy, but where do I go from here? Right, just waiting for the weather to break a bit more, get rid of these easterly winds, because God, that wind is cold today. I know the sun's out now, but it's not really making any difference to the temperature. So give it a few more weeks or so, then I'll be considering putting the sails back up, and then hopefully get back to doing some sailing rather than working. I've done enough working on the boats the past 6 months. I'm not doing any more. Luckily enough, this boat is damn good shape. I don't need to do any work. It's all sailing on this one. So yeah, we'll give it a few more weeks, and then hopefully I can get back to spending another long weekend out. So watch this space. Hopefully I will be back very soon. So yeah, laters.